Sally, and today I am going to do shelf number 10 in my in-depth bookshelf tour. I don't know if you can see my necklace, but it is a peacock with kind of these flowy feathers. Let me zoom in on here. There he is. I don't know how well you can see him. And for anyone who would like to know, he's from Amazon. I will try to find him and put a link below. I bought it a little while ago, so I don't know if I'll be able to find it. I don't know what it's called. That's really helpful to you guys. And when I got him, I don't think you're going to be able to get him for the same price that I did, because when I got him, I don't know what was going on, but I got him for like $1.15, no shipping, $1.15. With no shipping, and then I got a load of other stuff with no shipping as well, and they were all under $1.50. So yeah, let's jump into it because there's quite a bit on this one. Alright, the first one that I'm going to talk about, I'm not really going to talk too much about it. It looks like this. It is a Popular Mechanics Do-It-Yourself Encyclopedia. Now I have 1 to 8 of this. I don't know if there's only 8, but I have 1 to 8. So I'm not going to take them all out because they all look the same. They all look like this. The only difference is on the spine right here. It'll say 1, 2, 3, and etc. So yeah, this is just basically how to do things. So there's that one. The next one I'm also not going to talk about for very long. It is Funk and Wagnall's Standard Reference Encyclopedia, Volume 1. I don't have any more of these. So yeah, and on the inside it has the... There we go. You can't read that, but it's the Declaration in Congress, July 4th, 1776. You can't see that. I'm pretty sure you can't read that. The full text of the it's the Declaration of Independence anyway. So yeah. Now the next ones, I'm just going to talk to you while I'm down here. The next ones are more of the Reader's Digest, like you would have seen in a long time ago in my first one. Let me stand up, which I will link down below, which is over here. I think you can see it over there. So basically, there are 5 stories in each of them, and I'm gonna have to split this into 2 videos because there are a lot of these. Not a lot of these, but like a lot of stories to read because there's about 5 or 6. Ooh, this has 6. Okay, let's... Ooh. These are old, so they might be a little, like, stiff and creaky and stuff. We need to, like, get in this. Page number 7. Let's go to page 7. Before I even tell you what it is, let's go to page 7. Oh, page 7 is right there. Okay, never mind. This one is called Too Young to Be a Grandfather. A condensation, of the book by Willard Temple. This is about a guy named Duncan Blake. Up-and-coming investment broker, felt he was too young to be a father-in-law, much less a grandfather. Still, the facts were there to be faced. The apple of Duncan's eye, his tomboyish little Susan, who had suddenly grown up. What's more, she had up and married Purvis Ashley Chester III, or Chip for short, who was fresh out of college, blithely jobless, and embarrassingly polite to his elders. That's all I'm going to say. Because that's all you need, really. 103, When the Cheering Stopped by Gene Smith. Ew! Okay. Guys, these are really long. I don't want to read all this. This fascinating and important book tells the most incredible story of what went on in the White House while a disabled president fought for his life. In September 1919, Woodrow Wilson suffered a breakdown which rendered him unable to carry on the duties of his office. The president collapsed while on the homeward leg of a cross-country speaking tour urging United States entry into the League of Nations. I Was Dancing by Edward O'Connor. I feel like this is actually going really well. So, yeah. Waltzing Daniel Considine had a grand, carefree time hoofing around the world in the golden days of vaudeville. Now 78, still light of foot and tart of tongue, he had come home to roost with his son Tom, who had deserted long ago. But after a year, Tom was faced with a deeply troubling dilemma. There was room under his roof for his beguiling old scamp of a father, but the old man's foibles, his scheming, his odd cronies were becoming intolerable. Tom and Ellen, his wife, were beleaguered beleaguered in their own home. Alone by Richard E. Byrd, B-Y-R-D. Where Advance Base lay, the Ross Ice Barrier was as flat as the Kansas Plains. Snow rolled on forever to meet the sky and a round of unbroken horizon. Admiral Byrd was isolated from his fellowsmen for 4.5 months. In what I'm guessing is like the way up in the Arctic. South Pole. In the South Pole. So yeah, there's that one. That one's, I mean, there's not much I need to tell you about that one. 357, which I'm guessing is right here. The Hand of Mary Constable, gross, by Paul Gallico. For Samuel Hale Constable, the brilliant scientist employed on a top-secret defense project, the translucent wax mold of his dead little daughter's hand. Dead little daughter's hand was proof positive of her existence in the hereafter. Yet only the seances of the sinister medium Mother Besmer could communicate with his child. Gross. So it's just about him talking to his child, I guess. Last one in this book, I feel like this is going really well, is called Nerve. By Dick Francis. A jockey was dead. Art Matthews had shot himself in the parade ring before his race. There was no question of foul play. Or was there? Rob Finn began uneasily to question the accidents which had been deviling one jockey, then another, and then Rob's questioning took on personal urgency as his own luck began to turn against him. So that sucks. That sucks for him, but there's that one. I don't know how long it's been. I don't know how well this is going. But I feel like it's going really well because I'm going really quickly, or I feel like I'm reading really quickly. The next one looks like this. I don't know why I keep showing you them. Page 7 is like this one. It's called The Tilsit Inheritance by Catherine Gaskin. Isabel Tilsit's ancient mansion and her world-famous English China business were only hours by jet from her brother John's shabby sugar plantation in the West Indies. Yet the past the two shared was so filled with bitterness that neither had mentioned the other's name for years. Suddenly, John's daughter Jenny, child of both worlds, must decide to accept her aunt's strange, somehow frightening offer to wealth and power, or to stay with her father's heritage of poverty and love. There's a dead spider. Stranger to the Ground by Richard Bach. Oh, there might be another one around here by him. B-A-C-H, Bach. I'm going to call him Bach. The high, lonely contrails we see pluming the empty skies are drawn by men like Dick Bach, an Air National Guard jet fighter pilot recalled to active duty during the 1961 Berlin crisis. In this revealing book, he recreates an exciting, storm-racked night flight across Europe, taking us with him inside the cockpit of his hurtling F-84F. And it's called Thunder Streak. So yeah, I'm not gonna... Guys, I'm getting really lazy with this. The next one's called Of Good and Evil by Ernest K. Gann, G-A-N-N. In Of Good and Evil, Ernest Gann again treats the reader to an action-packed story, the more exciting because of its complete authenticity. Neither straight suspense fiction like his The High and the Mighty, nor a memoir of personal adventure like Fate is the Hunter, both highly popular condensed book selections. This is a documentary novel about the fascinating, dangerous work of a dedicated police force in what could be any big city. So, there you go. This one is called When the Legends Die by Hal Borland. He's a really sad-looking child on that picture. What made Devil Tom Black the most famous star into a man who only came alive when he rode a bronc to death? What was he really trying to kill? Set in the Western Mountains, Hal Borland knows so well, this new bestseller tells the moving story of an orphaned Indian boy forced into the white man's world. I am sorry I'm getting really lazy with this, even though I am kind of not sorry so much. But I really want to go eat and do, watch Bob's Burgers. You guys, I'm sorry to imply that you guys aren't as good as Bob's Burgers, but I just really want to go eat, and yeah. This one, the last one in this one is called The Battle of the Villa Fiorita, by Rumer Godden, R-U-M-E-R-G-O-D-D-E-N. They were all the likable, well-meaning people, gentle Fanny Clavering, her husband Daryl, and her lover Rob. The divorce, giving the custody of the children to Daryl, was handled in the most civilized manner. But Fanny's younger children, Hugh and Caddy, refused to be docile pawns in the game played by their bewildering elders. So yeah. And the last one I'm going to do for this video, let me check my camera really quickly. 16 minutes. Okay. It tells me, it has a timer on it for 29 minutes that I can be recording at once, and then I have to stop recording and start a new recording. So I still have 16 minutes, so it's cool. But the last one of this video, of the first half, because there are 4 left, and I want to do those all in one just because it looks like this. I don't like yellow, but this one's kind of cool looking. And this is yellow, if you couldn't tell. Let's see. The first one is called A Place in the Woods. Oh, dear. By Helen Hoover. For years, Helen and Ade Hoover had dreamed of owning a cabin in the wilds where occasionally they could get away from the demands of their city jobs. At last, deep in the north woods of Minnesota, they found what they were looking for, but by the time they had spent 2 exhausting, excitement-filled vacations there, the place had so captured them that they decided to drop out of city life entirely and make the log cabin their permanent home. So yeah, it's just, I guess, just that. Ooh, that's an interesting name. The next one is called The Death Committee. Ooh, it's by Noah Gordon, and on the front here it has a picture of doctors, and then on the front it has like some words, and it says, "Who is accountable when a patient dies?" The Death Committee, Surgeon Robinson explained to a fellow intern newly arrived at Boston's Suffolk County General Hospital, is a place where your mistakes fly home to roost. The entire surgical staff meets to review deaths on the service and decide whether they were preventable, and if they were, why they weren't prevented. So yeah. Ooh. Interesting. Things have been crossed out. Not by anybody, not by my grandpa or anybody, but things have been crossed out. And, you know how, like, if you're writing a paper, your teacher will cross something out and then, like, write something above it so you know what you have to change? That's kind of what happened. I'm not going to read anything about this, because on the front, it's not really a front cover, but like on the front cover it tells you all you need to know about this. It's called The Man from Monticello, and it is an intimate life of Thomas Jefferson. So that's all you need to know. I mean, what more can you ask for? The next one is called The 3 Daughters of Madame Lang. I think that's how you say it. It's L-L-A-N-G, so if that's not, let me know. By Pearl S. Buck. You'll be shocked by the changes, Madame Lang maybe it's Liang, because now I see it's an L-I. Anyway, warned the eldest of her 3 American-reared daughters, newly arrived in communist China. And you will be rebellious, angry, frightened, unless you remember steadfastly that there's no real change. Is this the last one? Haha, this is the last one. We're doing well. This one is called Snatch by Rennie R. Arith. Ooh. Okay, so this lady, I guess it's a lady, her name is R-E-N-N-I-E, so I'm calling her Rennie. And it's A-I-R-T-H, so I'm calling her Arith. I don't know if that's how you say it. Caper was planned down to the last detail, but when this bunch of bumbling buccaneers tried his hand at kidnapping, the results were as hilarious as they were hair-raising. Alright guys, that's it for possibly the first half of shelf number 10. I'm pretty sure it's going to end up being 2 because there's quite a bit. So I'll see you in the second half. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you later. Bye!